Alright, let's take a look at the badge Percussion Destruction. This one says finish Ikigai Enzo with 9 percussion hits and a score of 4 under par. This is a tiered badge. This is the top one. I think it starts out with like 5 and then goes to 7 and goes to 9. I can't remember honestly, but if you can do this one, then obviously you can do the lower ones. And this is the score that I got to get the 9 percussion hits. I got a percussion hit on each hole and just got the birdies on 1, 2, 4, and 6. And then you got to get pars on the others, of course. And I could try to replicate this in Challenge the Valley, but it doesn't show you the drum hits once you've gotten the badge. And it's not that easy once you know a couple of tricks here. So I'm just going to show you each hole in practice mode and show you how I approached it. But when you're going for the badge, you have to go into Challenge the Valley mode to do this. So just know that. But I'm going to do it in practice mode, show you hole by hole how I accomplished it. In case you want to chase after it. It's a challenging but rewarding badge. You get 5,000 coins, and there's probably not many people that are going to do this, so you'll be one of a small group of players who have achieved this if you pull it off. Alright, let's take a look at it. Alright, hole 1, we're going for the birdie. I'm going to take the glide roll drive, slide to the right. My goal is to end up just short of the drum or in front of it. So that'll work. Saved by the wall. Alright, and we're going to use the fuse for all the accurate windbreak, for all the drum hits for the most part. And you want to put the middle chevron on the top of the drum, and you have to hit the face on either side. There's a little band on the side here, a little wrap, about, I don't know, 6 inches or so it looks like. And if you hit that, it's not going to count. You have to hit the face either side. And you have to guess the distance. That's part of the challenge here. And you can overthrow, obviously, but you want to make sure you don't ricochet off into OB. So I'm going to guess this is something about 100 feet or so. We'll add a little bit more just to be safe. So we hopefully hit it right in the middle. And then I'm further away now from the basket than I was. So one of the tips is you want to hit rethrow. And I think I was a little closer anyway. But you make that judgment call. Use which one gets you closer, rethrow or move to lie. And 83 feet to complete the hole and get the birdie. Alright, hole 2 here. We're going to go for birdie again. And this one, if you get this strong 3 wind out of the right, you're just going to probably have to restart. It's going to be very hard, very difficult to get the birdie and hit the drum. So this is if you're in Challenge the Valley mode, just go back to hole 1 and do it again until you get a favorable wind on hole 2. That's a nasty wind. So, oh my gosh. And this is part of the grind, but that's what you want to see on hole 2, a favorable wind out of the left. And I'm going to use the glide skip captain, but you can use the turn skip rive, very similar. And we're going to try to get a really nice drive here in the center of the fairway and skip up this hill. That's very nice. Now for this one, what I discovered was using the fuse, put the top chevron again on the drum, is just take the distance to the basket and add 50. So 60, 50, 110 should get us there. Right in the center of the drum. And then from there you can hit move to lie because you're right next to the basket and get your birdie. Alright, hole 3 we're going to play for par. So we're going to take the fuse on the forehand. I'm going to aim at this little rock right there. I'm going to go about 100 foot of power, or about 100, about 100. We don't want to go too much because there's tight OB there to the left. So just kind of parked in front of the drum, and then we're going to take the fuse again, and I'm going to go full send off the face of this one, just to try to get a little bit of extra distance down the fairway. Not going to get much, but we don't want to do a driver because we don't want to go too far right. And then depending on the distance, 360, let's go with the sapphire and just approach the green here safely, hopefully. We don't want to get caught up in this bamboo, which I think I just did. I might be able to get around it. Yeah, I think I can barely scooch around this. And finish for the par. Alright, hole 4 is a tricky one. We need to go for birdie on this one, and it's a little challenging, but we're going to take the fuse on the backhand, middle chevron on the top of the drum again. This distance is, to hit the drum anyway, is about 130 feet. And it's going to bounce left. And then from here, we're going to take the turn glide ride. We don't want to skip because there's OB to be found right in front of the basket. And try to just go up the center of the fairway and end up just short of the OB if we're lucky. That's pretty good. And from here, we'll hopefully finish the hole, let's see, 74, for the birdie. Alright, hole 5, we're just going to play for par. I'm going to take the glide roll drive, take my usual approach here, just trying to land safely up here on the left top side of the peninsula somewhere. That's good. And now I want to get down close to the basket, but I don't want to tap in. So that's the tricky part here. And we'll take the, actually let's go with the pure, and we're just going to putt, and hopefully it doesn't stand up and roll and not go too far. That's good. Perfect. Alright, and then we can do the fuse, pure, whatever. This is considered a percussion instrument. And so we're just going to bang the gong. And I have my sounds turned off so you don't hear anything. And then complete the hole for the par. Alright, hole 6 we need to go for the birdie. And this is a tricky one. With the drum being way up here on the peninsula, we've got to somehow figure out how to get to birdie. And what I figured out, this is one of the tricks, if you will. I took the accurate roll musket, I put the bottom chevron about right there, no more than halfway up the green part of that tree, switch to the backhand, and then straight back. And hopefully I want to end up about right there. That's pretty good. So I've got to look at the drum, and I'm up top. And this is another tricky shot here. I'm going to put the middle chevron on the top of the drum. I'm using the accurate windbreak fuse again. And I want to try to ricochet off of this and scoot down the hill a little bit so I can get a look at the basket for the birdie. So let's see what we can do. This is probably, I'm going to guess 100 feet or so. And we'll go a little bit more because I want to try to get a little bit of ground play sliding down the hill here. But we don't want to go too far because you'll overshoot the drum. And that's what I'm looking for right there. And then 70 feet, it's playing downhill a little bit, so got the birdie. That's one of the trickier ones. All right, hole 7. This is another tricky one. We're just playing for par though, so what you don't want to do is try to use anything really big off the tee because you're likely to find OB, and you're going to shoot right past the drum. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a musket, accurate windbreak in my case, and just kind of lay up into this opening right here. Hopefully stop just short of the bridge. That's good. And now I can see the drum that I want to hit right there. And we're going to take the pure on a forehand. And this is only about 100 feet or so, maybe a little bit less. Because I want to stop short of the drum so that I have a look at it. This one, again, the angle is very tricky. And now I'm going to ricochet off the face here and hopefully end up somewhere close to the basket, but not OB. So this is probably 100, maybe 100 feet, I'm going to guess. Hit the drum, bounced up here, and complete the hole for the par. So that's a tricky one, but the big thing is just don't go too big off the tee and you should be fine. All right, hole 8. We can play this for par if we've been successful so far, but I think birdie is also achievable. But I still like the backhand line here with, I want to use the glide skip captain. You can use the turn skip rive if you have that, and hopefully get somewhere up close to the basket. That's pretty good. Like I say, we can just play this for par, but we can also try to pick up a stroke here. And once again, the gong here is the percussion instrument we're looking for here. And I want to guess that's 63 to the basket. I want to add another 40 or so. Hit the gong and complete the basket. And here we got the birdie, but par will work also, but if you can pick up the stroke, that's even better. All right, hole 9. We're going to play this for par, and it's not an easy one, and it's the last one. So the gong we want to hit is right there, and obviously the basket's way down there. And so I had to try to figure out a par approach here, and what I came up with was take the accurate roll musket on a backhand, come up here to the top right side of the Mando window, if you will, and you really hope you get a favorable wind here. That's very helpful. And then we're going to try to take a little bit off of it, rather, because we're going to try to come up just a little bit in front of the gong and to the left of it. So this is a really tricky placement shot. And that is golden. That's pretty much what I wanted exactly. Now, we're going to take the light glide rive on a forehand. We don't want to use the glide skip because it's too much and likely to go OB over here to the right. But the play is to hit the gong and try to make some progress down the fairway still with a little bit of a skip off of the old gong here. So we're going to put the middle chevron on the top of it, and we're going to go full send. And hopefully get down the fairway some, which is perfect. Now, I'm playing this for par, so I don't need to run it. The safer side of the island is right there. There's a little rock that can stop me if I can make that. This is probably about 20 to 30 feet down, so it's going to play about 150. I'm going to go a little bit less because I really want to be gentle. I'm going to go about 120 or 110 even. Just want to lay up here. Whew, that was close. And then complete the hole for the par, and if you've done the rest of them, you will get your badge. Congratulations, and 5,000 coins. All right, yeah, so a very challenging, but at the end of the day, rewarding accomplishment. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you around the valley.